The decision to award custody to the father, Dr. Schlesinger, is one of the worst miscarriages of justice I've ever experienced during my long period as an elected representative.
I am not a person who believes in conspiracies, usually, Mr. Speaker, but I think in this case, the decisions that were taken were so strange, one has to suspect that undue influence and conspiracy were taking place.
The honourable member given way. This is a case which has caused considerable concern amongst my constituents. At the start of his very fine comments, he commented about the Austrian judicial system following the rules of natural justice. But is he aware that actually in the judgments handed down by the judges, there actually has been no explanation as to why Mr. Schlesinger is favoured over Mrs. They simply issued a judgment with no explanation, and that surely cannot be in line with natural justice.
The only way to describe this case, Mr. Speaker, is Kafkaesque. It's an overused word sometimes in debate, but what has happened to Beth Schlesinger belies normal understanding. Authorities have taken decisions about her life and her children's life which are inexplicable and certainly unjust.
A senior Austrian judge, Constance Tau, a friend of the father's family, who sought to influence the judge hearing the case on behalf of the father. And an element to this case that my honourable friend didn't mention, a senior social worker, Dr. Kindelhofer, who testified to the mother's positive parenting skills and expressed serious concern at the integrity of the legal process, who has been intimidated and threatened with the loss of her job, and as a consequence of that is no longer willing to express an opinion on this case.
I like Austria, but on this case I think the decision that has been taken in Beth Alexander's case is a blight on the Austrian judicial system, and one I hope they will be able to put right.
We are realistic enough to realise it would be entirely inappropriate for the UK government to instruct the Austrian Justice Ministry or Austrian courts in terms of the decision that they ultimately make. But there is absolutely no question there are serious issues to be addressed in relation to a flawed process, and as my honourable friend said, I would go even further, in relation to corruption.